Welcome back everybody to World of Warship Blitz. This time, courtesy of Wargaming, we are in the Tier 7 British battleship, the Hood. So I thought I'd take the Hood out for a spin. There's a lot of comments on Reddit about the Hood and the low scores that its captains achieve, and I wondered whether or not it was the ship or whether or not it might be the captains. So here we are, up against some pretty meaty carriers, and here's our first opponent, this French cruiser, Tier 6, opening fire with the 16-inch batteries. He's been pretty badly hammered by those torpedoes, and he slowed down, so it was a bit of a miss. I'm sure that Dallas is going to more than deal with him, so... Or maybe not. Or maybe those torpedoes are going to deal with them. Or maybe I just want the kill. Yeah, no, I want the medal. Anyway, so the Hood. Its guns, well, there was fairly good trajectories, to be honest. I quite like what I see. They tend to float through the air, but they seemed pretty reasonably flat, reasonably hard hitting, good dispersion. But if I look at the circle on the map, the range is huge. So this Hood has massive range. So I'm giving enough lead here. Let's see how this Atlanta enjoys a bit of love from the Hood. I'm getting targeted by this cargo. Put up the air defense, and I'm not sure how many hits I got on that Atlanta. He's going to disappear behind that island, so there's not much I can do about that. Time to get the guns back on target for this bay-in. I really can't make up my mind here, can I? So I'm going to slip around this side of the island. Now, one of the things the Hood does seem to have... Oh, here we go. Nice. He's turned around. Actually, they do have a bit of height to the shells that cleared the island quite nicely. Yep, they hit hard. Now, one of the things you can see with the health bar of the Hood, I've already used to heal. And the Hood does seem to take damage. So, in that respect, it's probably a little bit like the Warspite. So, accurate guns, long range, good dispersion at range, takes damage pretty readily. Although so far it just seems to be penetrations, but yeah, it takes damage. It's not a great ship for absorbing damage, so in that respect I should probably play it more like a Warspite. So I open up the range because I have the advantage over this bay-in at range, because this dispersion will get worse and my dispersion just doesn't seem that bad. And then we're going to bring ourselves back on target. Give a bit more lead, and these hard-hitting shells land on that bay-in, and yep. So it's really good at providing damage. And here come the enemy, a train of enemy torpedo bombers. I fire off the air defense alert. Those torpedo bombers, they do hurt, although the elite skill for the Hood, believe it or not, is 10% torpedo reduction. Oh, nice. Nice, against a German battleship, a Citadel. That's good. I've got my damage controls coming off cooldown, or is it just coming off? I've used it. But I've still got... No, it's been used. But I still have my damage repair party, so I can fight fires. One hit against that cargo, I'm not sure what happened there, but he starts to move, and maybe that means that the game starts to recognise, oh yeah, this looks pretty terminal, there's no point in aiming for that. And with the cargo has taken a lot of damage from that destroyer, and we open up on him, taking out the cargo for a second kill, although to be fair, that Fubuki had done most of the work, but he certainly wasn't going to finish it off, not without suffering multiple air attacks. So yeah, it's not a kill steal, it's an assist, honestly. Yeah, so the hood itself, the manoeuvrability is quite poor. So this is with double turning mods. And once it gets into a turn, it sort of turns okay, but getting it into a turn is devil's own business. It's quite fast. Good long-range guns. Not as fragile as the Nelson, nowhere near as fragile as the Nelson, but not as tough as a lot of the other German battleships or American battleships at this tier. But still, a lot of fun to play. Although the flight time for those shells, because of that extreme range, the flight time for that shell means that it'll take a bit of learning to get the lead right. Anyway, let's see how we did. Well, the carriers definitely carried that battle, but we did our fair share. And 37 gun hits for 2 Citadels is a pretty good ratio. Anyway, that was the hood. I do like it. Very impressed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.